Okay, this is Lisa Browning with Music Mix Daily, and today we have the pleasure of interviewing the very talented James Scott Bullard.
You left out lovely.
And lovely and talented and humble. Most importantly, humble.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're out here in our beautiful sunny weather.
It is nice. It really is.
You've been here for a few days though, so I think you got some of the rain, but you brought some of the sunshine?
No, actually the rain we missed the rain.
Oh, so you really did bring us this.
Yeah, I did.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I did what I could.
Thank you. So you came out for a very special reason?
Yes, City Release. City Release was Friday, and it was at Dee's Country Cocktail Lounge. There were 13 bands. It was over 2 nights. It was not just my release, but there was a birthday party. It was my booking agent and pretty much everyone she works with, my publicist and everyone she works with, and also one of my booking agent's birthday.
Oh, nice.
So it was just kind of an all-encompassing, yes, it was a big two-day event, big 2-day party, and so I played Friday night to celebrate the release of the album.
The new album, which is?
Called Full Tilt Boogie.
Full Tilt Boogie.
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about what that means? Because it's a fun title.
Full Tilt Boogie, I've gotten a bunch of people say to me, you know that's a Quentin Tarantino documentary, and I knew that, but that wasn't where it came from. When I was a kid, my dad always had a CB, and I had uncles who were truck drivers, and that was just lingo. And of course, you know, I'm a huge Smokey and the Bandit fan. So Full Tilt Boogie just means go for it, you know. And then also pinball, when you're playing pinball, Full Tilt Boogie is when you hit the jackpot, so to speak.
Right.
And so that's what it was, and that's why the cover looks so funky, because the artist that did it, Tom Vatican, I kind of think he took the instruction that Smokey and the Bandit mixed with pinball machines, go for it.
Right.
And that's
exactly what you did.
It kind of yeah. So, and now when I look at that cover, I can only see a pinball machine lighting up like
that's
that.
fun.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm going to think when I look at it. So I know that there's a lot that went into this album, and this is there's a long time in the making. And so, I mean, you've done a lot. This is not your first gig. You've been around for a long time. This is which number of this is?
This will be my probably the 9th album, but I guess I'd say 9th recording, but the 6th full length album.
Right, you've been doing this for a little while.
I have.
You have,
yeah. This has been the most successful by far, though.
Yeah.
And the most fun. The record was done, but the reason it took a while to come out was because we did a EP just before, and the EP was kind of the trampoline to bounce to this record, you know.
Right.
And it worked, it worked really well. The EP people were really responsive to it, and I gained a lot of following off of that EP, and so that just was a perfect precursor to this record.
Right.
And the record's a bit of a departure from some of the other stuff. I always did a lot of sad cowboy music, and this record is more of me owning my faults and having no regrets about it, and just saying, here it is,
This is it, take it or leave it.
Warts and all, yeah.
So I read a quote that you said, no, I really like it actually. I like it a lot. You said, everything happens when it's supposed to. Had it happened when I was younger, I'd be dead by now.
That's true.
And I like that, because I always say, it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. This is your path, just things like that.
Right.
So I really can relate to that. I like it, but I would like to know if you'd like to explain that.
Yes, I had a substance abuse problem, and so if this would have happened in my youth, there's no way I would have made it through.
Right.
If I would have been to the point where I was touring and the success, having it be as successful as it is, I would have probably hit a lot of pitfalls.
Yeah.
And so that's exactly what that quote meant. Like, now I know what to look out for. Now I dodge,
Older, wiser.
all the potholes.
Know what to expect.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So you wrote all the songs on this album.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your process and how you go about doing that?
It just depends. Sometimes I have a working title, and I just play off of that. Sometimes I have lyrics pieced together. I have been known to put lyrics on a wall. And throw darts.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
I would say, like if I was missing a piece, and I'd say, I can't figure out what it, but I got all these great lyrics that need to be put in something, and I would throw the dart and try to make that, of course, taking or giving a word or two. You have to,
whatever works.
Yeah.
It seems to have worked on this one.
It's just kind of a raffle, like, you pull out whatever and go for it. For me, it's never been a ridiculously hard process. It just happened. Like, it's like turning on a faucet. When it happens, you can't. I mean, I've already written the next 2 records.
Wow.
They're done, you know, like they're already done. Like, I'm just kind of, and then sometimes I'll go through a spell where I don't write anything, but I'm not one of those people who gets really bummed out about it, because I look back and go, well, I've already got this much material.
Right.
You know,
It always comes. So
sure,
it'll come
sure,
again.
yeah.
So you're a great writer. You have great lyrics. I like
Thank you.
words. I love lyrics.
Thank
it's
you.
my thing. But there's a lot of really great songs on this album, and I always have a few of my favorites. So I like Hey Hey Mama. I think it's great. I think it's super fun. I love the line that says, "I'm gonna love you, woman, like it's against the law." It's just super fun. It's fun. It's a fun song. And I also like All to Pieces.
Yes.
Yes, great song.
Thank you.
Super. I mean, they're all great, but I love those 2 songs. Do you have a favorite song on this album?
Back to You.
Back to You.
Yeah.
Great song. Also a great song.
Yes, Back to You.
Yeah.
It's about that song's about my son.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why it's. I think that's why it's my favorite, because it's more personable. As far as musically, I wouldn't be able to pick one. I wouldn't.
Right.
I can never pick a song of mine that's my favorite. I once heard Stevie Wonder ask the question, "What's your favorite song?" And he said, "I haven't written it yet." And I thought that was the best answer. But then at the same time, that's just generic. That's what we all say. You know?
Yeah, because you're always going to be excited to do the next thing. If you've already written it, you might be done.
Yeah. So
'Cause that's the excitement.
But yeah, so as far as this record goes, for me, that one's my favorite, just because it's personal.
Yeah.
Very personal.
So I also read about, a little bit about your story, and I know you've been doing this for a really long time. You did it when you were super young. You were in like a metal band or something, some crazy stuff.
Yes.
And let's see, Crane?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
so you did this, a hard rock band.
You did your
hard
homework.
rock. Yeah, I like to do a little bit of stuff. So you did some hard rock band stuff, and that broke up, didn't go too well. Then you did some good stuff, but then it broke up.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of odd, different career moves along the way. Didn't quite find your thing before coming back to your roots.
Exactly. And my father had always told me I would, and I didn't want to believe it.
You never want to believe it.
I didn't want to believe it, because he was a country musician, and he was a hardcore Merle Haggard, Waylon and Willie, and he was just, that was, so ridiculous to me, because that's where I came from. So it was just like shoved down my throat the whole time, and I was just like, nah. I ran screaming in the other direction. I wanted to be in Cinderella or something like that. And so, and when he was right though. I came when the band split, and my career rug was just kind of pulled out from under me. I was like, I don't know what to do. And this actually happened. I was dating a girl at the time who bought me a Graham Parsons record, and I heard that that he took the combination of the rock and the country, and you could do that. And I was like, there's an idea. And so I just kind of ran with it. And at the time I was in North Carolina, and people were saying to me, hey, there's this guy like not far from here who's playing around a lot. His name's Ryan Adams. Have you heard of him? And I was like, nah. And they're like, you should go check that out. And I was like, it doesn't sound like my thing. Now, in hindsight, I should have gone every night. But that's true. That really happened. So that's kind of how it came about, was me just hearing that. And then my dad, he was still alive at the time, and he, raised an eyebrow to like Graham Parsons, and was kind of like, that steel guitar right here? Like, I was like, yeah, it is. And sure enough, it traced me right back to where he started me off.
Right. And you have quite the team that works with you. I do.
I have an amazing team.
Yeah.
Missy Davis-Jones, my manager, who has assembled what I call the Justice League of country music. And I have 2 booking agents, Tim and Emily, and they're amazing. Emily Hanson, Tim Slagle, Kim Grant, who is my publicist, she is phenomenal. She's gotten things done that we were told was impossible, but nothing is impossible with Kim. Rich Mahan, who's doing the radio promotions. And so all that together just made for the perfect storm, I guess.
Yeah,
with this record, with this record, it just worked.
So you have a lot coming up. You have this great new album. You're getting ready to go on tour.
Again, yes. I just did a 3-week tour of the Midwest about 3 weeks ago, and then came here for the CD release, and then gonna go home for a bit, and then gonna go back out in the summer for doing some house shows. I'll be back here in Tennessee. I'll be I have no clue where. Oklahoma. I think there's one in Oklahoma. There's some down maybe in Texas. There's a couple. You know, I keep.
So you're all over.
I keep hearing them. I
Yeah,
haven't seen. I haven't seen
as they can
itinerary
change,
yet.
yeah, that great team is putting it all together.
Right.
So
I get the itinerary.
They know where you're going.
I get the itinerary.
We'll find it out
Right.
online.
Yeah.
But and you have a new video.
I did. There's a new video
This is
coming.
fun. So tell us about that.
Video and it was actually Tom Vatican who did the cover of the record, which people are so loving, and I've sold him so much because everybody's like, man, this is the best cover. I'm like, okay, let me tell you about who did this cover.
Yeah.
And so Tom did this cover, and Tom came through with an idea, and he sent it to Missy, and it was an animated video for one of the songs on the record. I'm even going to say the song. I'm just going to let it happen. But I've seen a piece of it, and it's amazing. It's
awesome.
It's pretty much like Scooby-Doo or the Groovy Ghoulies or something like that, where it's like, like a bunch of monsters is my backing band. Like
That's
it's
awesome.
really, I'll give that much away, and that's it.
And when can we expect this?
I'm not quite sure exactly when. It's not going to be too far out.
Okay, good.
I've seen a good, at least maybe a minute of it's done. I would think.
So it's coming up soon.
Yeah, it should
That's
be.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's something fun to look forward
Yeah.
to. That's great.
It's my first time being animated, so I
That's
can't wait
good.
to see it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think many of us get to be animated very often. So that's great. So tell us where can fans find you, find all your tour dates and all that. What are your social?
www.jamesscottbullard.com will take you anywhere you want to go. All of my social media outlets are on there. My personal Facebook, if you can find it, send me a friend request. I accept. I know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not many people do that.
We'll hang out. If you come to a show, just say, hey, we're friends on Facebook, and I'll say, okay, let's sit down and talk for a while.
That's not going to last forever. Because once this blows up and goes crazy, which it will surely, then you're going to have to,
I heard a story the other day of someone I know that somebody said they don't go to their merch booth anymore. And they were upset about it. They were like, they used to, every last time they came through, they hung out their merch booth, and now they don't do it anymore. And I'm like, that's got to,
It happens. It does, everybody probably starts there. But at some point, it gets a little overwhelming, I think.
Yeah, I like meeting people. I like.
Oh yeah, of course, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
for having me. And this is beautiful.
It's fun here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Nashville, beautiful.
Downtown,
the windows. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I wish you all the best. I can't wait to see the video, and it's really great having you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Check them out.